Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Washington Commanders franchise here on Madden NFL 24. The Commanders, coming off a loss last week against the Los Angeles Rams, now sit 3-9 on the season, and they play host to the 5-7 Green Bay Packers, who are looking to make a late push for the postseason. With the big signing of Derrick Henry out of free agency just a couple of weeks ago, this is a team that still has hopes of the postseason. Hope you guys are ready for this one. If you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Now, before we get into the actual game, though, we have one piece of roster news to cover, and that's a re-signing. A couple weeks ago, we re-signed Montez Sweat to a 3-year deal. Well, today we're going to tackle the other edge rusher, and that's Chase Young, who's had a very up and down tenure with the Commanders, but he's still one of the better edge rushers in the league. He's got 9.5 sacks this year, albeit 8 of those came in 2 games, which just so happened to be 2 of our 3 wins. So if he's getting sacks, we usually win the game. So we're going to give him the 3-year extension, 3 years, $61.5 million to stay in Washington for the next couple of seasons. So we've locked up both of our edge rushers, and hopefully they can make an impact today against Luke Getsy, a first-year head coach here for the Packers, trying to lead his team to the postseason. Leslie Frazier, still the interim head coach, on the sidelines today. As we get here in Week 13 of the NFL season, Commanders will start off with the football. Rookie Greg Gray has it at the goal line, and he's going to bring it up to the 26, which will bring out Michael Penix Jr. in this offense. A lot of talk about Penix and his future with the team. It seems like the fan base does not think he's the long-term answer. He's trying to prove those doubters wrong in the final about 5 games of the season. They'll start off their own 26 with a touch pass to McLaurin. I do feel like even though McLaurin has sensational numbers, you saw him at the beginning of the episode, and then he's got 7 for 86 last week, I feel like we could definitely get in the ball a lot more. 2nd and 2, now a bubble screen out for Wilson, who gets a great block from McLaurin. That springs him for 11. Nice RPO there. Now to the 45, Penix back to the air, drops back to throw, fires to the sideline. That's a great pass to Ricky Dockery, who beats Stokes. And just like that, the Commanders, they seem to put together a very good first drive every week. As here's a big run for Singletary. He gets a nice block by Elijah Wilkinson for 17. Yeah, they open the game well on offense. They just got to sustain it. As the next carry is Singletary again, and here's a gain of 8. Also, Singletary is the only healthy back for this game. We saw Gibson tear his ACL last week, and Tevin Sweet, who was called up from the practice squad, actually has turf toe, so he's out this week. So it's just going to be Singletary in the backfield as Penix misses a 1st and 10 throw. Now it's 3rd and 2, that was 2nd and 10, and as 3rd and 2, Singletary only gets 1, so that'll force Washington to go for it. We're a bad team, we might as well go for it on 4th down, and we get it, as Singletary is trusted with the yardage, and that keeps this drive alive. Now at the 13, handoff to Singletary again. He's met in the hole quickly and brought down after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9, tight formation. 5-man rush for the Packers. Penix tries to lob it for Singletary out of the backfield, but it's knocked away. And that'll make it 3rd and 9. Spread it out a little bit more this time. As Penix back to throw, fires, and he misses Wilson across the middle. And now Washington will kick the 3. That'll bring out Jared Goff in this Green Bay offense. Goff signed to a 3-year contract before last season. Hasn't been the best time for him in Green Bay. And they drafted Arch Manning 3rd overall last year, and he has not played so far this year. It's very interesting, but I guess when you're still in the playoff contention, you're going to continue to roll with the veterans. So Goff is continuing to get starts here for the Packers, as there's an 8-yard carry by Spiller, and look who's hurt. Chase Young, the new 3-year contract man. He'll be back in the second half, though, so it's not a long injury. Here's Derrick Henry, who gets his first carry of the day, 5 yards. He had 14 for 70 last week, signed 4 weeks ago, and he's been a welcome addition to this Green Bay offense. Just sitting in free agency. I don't know why nobody decided to give the King a contract until the Packers did. Here's a nice run by him as he picks up a 1st down. Out to the 48 now. Goff to throw now. Across the middle, he's got his man, and he's hit down. It's Jaden Reed, who picks up 6 and holds on through contact. I formation 2nd and 4. I think this is probably going to go to Henry, and it does. Left side, but there's Daron Payne. Nice job getting off the block. He'll bring him down. Now you get a big 3rd and 4 now. Empty set here for the Packers. As the quick pass across the middle, and it's caught again by Jaden Reed, and that'll keep the drive alive. Packers' game plan early seems to run the football and connect with some short passes. This here's 1st and 10. It's a short, quick pass, and that one's going to be caught for a first down. Remember, no Jeremiah Trotter in the middle of the field. He's going to be greatly missed today. It'll be up to the undrafted rookie Cody Kennedy to get a lot more snaps in the middle of the field. As there's good coverage on this first down as Montez Sweat gets around the edge and sacks down Jared Goff. Now 2nd and 23, Henry gets the carry, and Drew Tranquil, who's done a very good job at run defense, stops him for a loss of 3. He's been very good for this defense. A little suspect in pass coverage sometimes, but he's a great run defender. 3rd and 26, Goff just chucks this one down the field towards the sideline, and the Packers will get nothing on their first drive. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. The Commanders lead 3-0 after 2 long drives. Commanders' second drive, though, sits at 3rd and 8, a big down here. As Phoenix is back to throw, and he is sacked almost immediately as Princely Umanimilan gets by Elijah Wilkinson and brings the sack to end the drive. Next drive for the Packers starts off with a 3-yard loss for Isaiah Spiller, as there's the run defense again. 2nd and 13, Goff goes back to the air, and he has a wide-open man left side. That's Rocco Mason, the second-round rookie out of Texas, who gets free to the 46. Actually, Archie Manning's favorite target last year with the Longhorns. So when Manning does take over for the Packers, he has his number 1 target here with him from college. There's a nice run by Henry as he gets out to the 38. As I formation, quick throw this time for Reed, who again just gets open right off the screen. Commanders need to probably go a little more press to stop these quick throws. 2nd and 4, there's Henry brought down by the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Jonathan Allen. And now a big 3rd and 4. Goff looks short in the flats. He's got his man Spiller out of the backfield. Kennedy just a little slow to react. Shoves him out of bounds, but after he picks up a first down. Now to the 26. Handoff Henry up the middle. Just so strong. He's going to pick up yardage either way as he picks up 5 there. 2nd and 5, almost the same formation as it's a bootleg this time. Goff keeps his eyes downfield, but he misses his wide open man. He had Burks, but incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 5. Green Bay goes empty. Goff looking right side, and a beautiful throw over the head of Ricks. That one's caught for a first down by Wicks, as Wicks beats Ricks. And now it's goal to go from the 2, offset I, handoff Henry, and he's going to fight for a touchdown. The King finds the end zone, and the Packers take the lead 7-3. That's just really so dangerous. Next drive for the Commanders, a play fake, as here's a nice pass out to Terry McLaurin, who spins off the tackler and gets washed out to the 46. Next play, back to the airs. Penix quickly under pressure. Kemp struggling on the left side again. It's been tough missing Tyron Smith over there. 2nd and 10, handoff Singletary, cuts it left side. Beautiful block by McLaurin, who gets actually 2 great blocks. That springs Singletary down the field, a gain of 32. And again, the Commanders are in the red zone. 2 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Handoff Singletary, but he's brought down quickly in the backfield. Stuffed for a loss of 3. Now you got 3rd and 13. Commanders go empty. Phoenix back to throw across the middle, and he's almost intercepted. Route undercut by Andrew Mukuba. And that'll force a 33-yard field goal for the Commanders, and Little is going to miss it. The struggles of the kicking continues. I don't know why we've struggled from kicking this year. As now we're at the 2-minute warning, and the Packers with the nice drive here continues as he throws that one over the head of Snead for Traylon Burks. 1st and 10 now in the red zone. Goff drops back heavy, and he gets a drop from Isaiah Spiller, who's had it in his hands. He just let it go through. 2nd and 10 now a draw for Spiller up the middle, and he's going to fight for 8 as the former Houston Texan makes it 3rd and 2. Goff in the gun, going to throw for it here. Short, it's caught, and it's a touchdown. Traylon Burks, the other former Tennessee Titan on this team, gets the end zone. Bad tackling leads to a touchdown, and the Packers will take a 14-3 lead into the half. We'll have to see who gets the win right when we come back from this little break. Week 13 in the NFL, as we've seen the playoff picture, teams are starting to battle, and especially these 2 teams will start off in Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America. We'll start off in Kansas City. The Chiefs, the number 1 seed in the AFC, they're tied up with the Jaguars 14 apiece, as both of these 2 teams trying to win their division and potentially get home field advantage in the AFC. Now we'll head over to Charlotte, where the Panthers play host to the Bengals. As you can see, Cincinnati at 14-0. Remember, Cincinnati's the defending Super Bowl champions. They're 6-5, trying to still defend their championship. And finally, we'll go over to Atlanta, where the Falcons play host to the Bears. Chicago up 21-14. That would be a big loss for Atlanta. It hurt their Super Bowl chances, or their playoff chances, if they lose to the 2-9 Chicago Bears. We'll get back to the second half of our game. The Packers start off with the football here with 3 tight ends in the formation. Henry is in the zone, and he's going to start with a 2-yard carry. 2nd and 8 now. Packers back to the air. Short for Henry, as he's going to get 6. Nice open field tackle there by Forbes. That's not easy to do. 3rd and 2. You'd love to get off the field here early. As a drop back throw in the flats, there's a man open. It's the tight end Brock Bowers, the former Georgia product, who fumbles the ball out of bounds at the 48. Next play, it's a little screen out there for Ree that goes nowhere. Nice tackle there by L'Jarius Sneed. 2nd and 8, bunch to the right, hand up the middle. Henry breaks one arm tackle, gets 6. And now it's 3rd and 2. You love to knock him out of the zone, but he's not even in the game here on this play. That's 3rd and 2. It's incomplete. Great pass breakup by the second-year safety Richard Amos, getting some snaps down towards the end of the season. He forces the punt. First drive here for the Commanders starts off with a 10-yard connection to the tight end Noah Clancy, who's getting the start today at what's been a revolving position door for the Commanders this season at tight end. There's 2 yards for Singletary on 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 8. Phoenix back to the air. Short has Clancy again. Nice catch in traffic. He makes it 3rd and 2. They're going to hand it off to Singletary. Trust their superstar halfback to get it, and he does not. Marked a yard shy. Quay Walker came down for the stop, and that's a punt away for the Commanders. So both teams punt on their first drive. This year's back to Green Bay's offense as Drew Tranquil, nice job in the flats, stopping Spiller. Now you got 3rd and 3. Man across the formation. It's a goal line look. Handoff to Henry, and he's got a big hole up the middle. Breaks an arm tackle from Fuller, and there goes the King inside the 25. Montez Sweat is also hurt on the play. A big run there for Green Bay. Quickly, though, it's 3rd and 3, as this time Spiller will get the first down and more. Keep the drive alive. And his goal to go from the 5 for the Packers. They give it to the fullback here, trying to be tricky, as that one is going to get a few for Parrish. Now you got 2nd and goal from the 2. Goal line again. Henry, the deep back, gets the handoff, and he's not going to get it. They're going to mark him a yard shy. And now you got 3rd and goal from the 1. You keep Henry in the game, but he gets blown up by Jonathan Allen and company. Great goal line stand there for the Commanders. They at least force 3, which means it's 17-3 going into the final quarter. This offense has got to do something. They haven't got points since the first drive. It's 3rd and 8. Phoenix across the middle has Singletary, but he can't hold on through the contact. Darren Smiley with the breakup. That's another drop for this offense, which brings Cameron Little out again, and he misses another kick. That's 0 for 2, or 1 for 3 on the day, as Little's struggles continue. It's still 17-3. And there's a nice pass across the middle to Jaden Reed. Next carry, Henry gets it, and he's going to get stopped quickly. 2nd and 10 now. Spiller checks in. Bunch to the left. As here comes the 4-man rush. Goff looks that way. It's a nice sliding grab. And the former commander, Sam Cosme's hurt on the play. 2nd and 1 now. Quick pass for Joe Musgrave, the backup tight end. And he has the first down. He beats Alex Anzalone. Out to the 21. 2 tight ends again in the formation. Quick drop for Goff. Looks right side this time for Bowers. And he has 7 before being hit out of bounds. In the red zone now, 2nd and 3. It's Henry, right side. Patience pays off as he finds the end zone. Touchdown again for the 2020 NFL Offensive Player of the Year. And that basically ends this game, really 24-3, now a 3-score game. As here's a 4th and 7 for the Commanders with a chance, and, well, Penix overthrows Wilson. And that'll really kind of set the sails for the Commanders. Next drive, a absolute sensational route beats Snead on the sidelines from the rookie. I don't even know how you're supposed to defend that. So just like that, it's 31-3, and just to add insult to injury, here's Penix on 2nd and 1 trying to deep ball, and well, he gets intercepted by Andrew Makuba. Just not enough arm on that one, and he could just feel the sails being pulled, the wind being taken from them as the Packers will end up winning this game with 37-3. They kick a couple of late field goals. And yeah, just an ugly performance all around, again, for this team. You know, we thought when Frazier took over and won his debut that things would change. And, well, you look at games like this and not much maybe has changed. Not only was the offense bad, but the defense was not very good today either. And it was just an all-through poor effort against a team that you honestly could have been favored against. So we dropped to 3-10. And at least next week we do have our bye week. So we finally reach the bye week. We can kind of regroup and reassess some things before the close of the season. But obviously this is not a playoff team. You know, we're not going to tank and try to get a high draft pick. But, you know, there's a lot that has to be assessed for the future of this team. Here's your Week 13 scores. There was a lot of interesting ones. We'll start off on Thursday night where the Patriots lose again. So they're now one of the bottom teams in the league despite the Jalen Hurts trade, which means the Eagles, who are also the worst team in the league, might have 2 picks in the top 5 of this year's draft. And then we saw this game earlier. The Bengals do end up beating the Panthers despite a late rally from Carolina, 21-13. So the Bengals continue to be a tough wild card team, while the Panthers, they'll still hold on to a wild card spot, but they will not be in the division race at the moment. How about this interesting score? The Vikings beat the Lions 8-7. Bo Nix threw for 87 yards. There was a combined 270 passing yards between the two of them, which is very interesting. But the Lions, another team, they don't own their first round pick and they've not been good, while the Vikings continue to hold serve in the NFC. The Kenny Pickett revenge game against the Steelers does not go his way. Pittsburgh comes to town and wins 23-17. So it looks like the Buccaneers, despite making the Super Bowl next year, will not be in the postseason. A big fall from grace from Tampa Bay. Then finally on Monday Night Football, the Eagles lose again 35-31. I don't know how Philly keeps getting all of these primetime games. I guess the schedule is made before the Jalen Hurts trade, but they lose another one this time to the Cowboys, who are now 9-3. Here are players of the week. Henry gets it against us. Jack had a pick 6 and the Eagles lost. And we saw Watt's numbers against the Bucks. And then Mahomes had 4 passing touchdowns in their win over the Jaguars. So here's a look at the playoff picture this week. Not much has really changed. The most interesting thing is that the 49ers have fallen to the 7th seed. And if we had a Cowboys-49ers wildcard matchup, that would be a game to watch. And I know Dallas does not want to face San Fran in the first round. But that'll bring us to the end of this episode. Next week we have our bye week, so we finally get a chance to rest. We'll kind of do a quick recap and see what's going wrong for this team and maybe plant the seeds for what might be happening in the future for this squad. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Even if it's been a down season, I appreciate all of y'all for the support. If you have enjoyed it still, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.